I don't know about you, but I woke up today. I'm like, it was like boom, boom, boom. There was so much information. It was actually really, really great. They're always long, they're always intense. It just reminds us of going to live conventions because I think now we're just so used to this virtual stuff that we don't get into that belly to belly energy with people. But man, that was really, really awesome. I really enjoyed this year. I always find that Eric always steps up his game. He always brings in the right people at the right time. And because all of you got impacted by somebody who spoke to you and took you to that emotional level, but at the same time that in your gut, this time I'm doing it. Were you like that? Were any of you like that? Because I know sometimes we're up and down, right? Things happen in life, and but this is once it gets you up, it's like, okay, how do we stay up? How do we continue? How do we work together as a team and do that? So that's why we wanted to go right into, I believe, Chris, tonight we're going to talk about the core rank because people
Yep.
are asking, did you guys notice that people were asking in the chat section in all the groups that you were in, most people didn't know what a core rank was?
It's very, very, very
Interesting.
common. And before we continue, Tammy, just so, again, want to recognize all the Canadian associates. Thank you for joining in. Really appreciate you. Anybody from the United States, I see Anastasia, I see Beth and Chuck. Well, I assume Chuck is with you, Beth. And let's see. Oh, and we have Luz from Puerto Rico. Thank you for joining in. Really, really appreciate it.
She's in Dominican today.
Yes. Oh,
Dominican
that's right.
Republic.
That's right. I believe Mike is there with you and Rick Monterosa, I believe. No, no,
No,
no,
they're
no.
in Ecuador.
That's Ecuador. Sorry, I'm wrong. Wrong.
What's
Okay.
going on?
That's an understatement. Lots and lots and lots of excitement, and would love to hear your feedback. This is not going to be a long call because honestly, the training is not complicated. It is simple, and I would love to hear some of you sharing your insights on how you felt. And again, the short version because we want to make this short for the callers. I'm sure that everybody's really tired being in front of a monitor. Like Tammy, my head was just pounding this morning, even tonight preparing the training. But before we continue, I think, Tammy, we have some really interesting announcements with two of our leaders that are actually that we're working with here in Quebec and also in Guinea that have got recognized for the top PC enroller.
Yeah, so Lucy, you and I were chatting today, and I took a screenshot of it. Chris, can you show the screenshot at all? There
Yeah.
you go, you guys. So just wanted to cheer on some of the team members. And Lucy, if anybody in there is part of your group, give us a thumbs up. But just wanted to recognize a couple of individuals who had worked really, really hard. And Marie Jose Normand, she's normally on this session. She's Lucy Caron personally sponsored Marie Jose. She's in Cote d'Ivoire right now for her business, her company, but at the same time she's building her Max business. So congratulations, Marie Jose, because I know you're going to get on one of the recordings. And go ahead, Chris. You want to also
Yes, of
recognize
course. And then Abraham, that was
yeah.
sponsored personally by Paul. Paul actually met Abraham from LinkedIn. And I'm sharing this with you because to show you exactly, what we've been preaching and what we do and what we teach, it works. And Paul did a 3-way call with Abraham about a year and a half ago or so, less than 18 months, around between 18 months to a year. And we had a phenomenal conversation. And Abraham actually lives in Guinea and he's just absolutely rocking his business. So just thought it was important to recognize that. So we certainly want to thank you and appreciate your efforts. And folks, this you probably feel that there's a new era, right? There's what's going on is the synergy that we get rubbing shoulders with the millionaires, the world millionaires in this business. It's really refreshing. And in the same time, it's going to give us the insight and even reaffirm some of the things like tonight, what we're going to be doing, what we've been teaching, what has worked for us, that this is what these people have done, but they still do it, and that's the difference. Is they keep doing the activities, and we just kind of want to walk you through all of that. I share my screen, Tammy, is there anything else I'm overlooking?
I think we should recognize the ones who took a huge leap of commitment
Oh yeah.
to be part of the accelerator this year. Um, Sylvie, you were part of it last year. I don't see Paul on right now tonight, but I know you took a second leap to be part of the accelerator group. Maybe you can share with the group why you hopped in the second time, and I'd love to hear the feedback from Jasmine and Janet and oh my goodness, Chris, I had
No, it's okay.
a
I got
blank
Jasmine,
here,
I got Janet,
and
and guys,
Sylvie, of course.
I'm unmute. I'm,
Yeah.
I'm unmuting you. Try to say that 3 times in a row. Unmuting you at the moment. I just want to make sure I got everybody. I got Janet and Jasmine, Jasmine.
And I know Lucy's working on it, and she's got another gentleman that are working on it. So there's a lot of things going on, but I just wanted to hear from so and some people in Ghana and in Nigeria. So we're going to have this accelerator group going, but for now, I just wanted to recognize. You want to open up, Sylvie, Chris?
Yeah, it's all done. Sylvie, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, when I joined last year, it was really a huge financial demand, but I felt that I needed to have like an accountability group and to have like a training that was ongoing all the time. I knew I wouldn't be taking a lot of action, but I needed to hear it from all the people that were actually getting success from the business and to see how they were about doing it. And I was mainly focused on trying to get the hang of like the social media. So, and I was working, full time until September. So it was a lot of time investing in learning. And sometimes I was a bit frustrated because I wasn't getting, the results, but I was there. I was learning and I was applying what I was learning, which I wasn't doing before. I was just like learning, and not taking action. And this year it was like, okay, so I had the opportunity to get it at a reduced price because I was in the alumni, and I almost didn't do it. But then I said, what's going to happen if you don't? I said, I'm going to regret it. That was the big thing. And because I knew that I needed to be accountable, and I knew that I needed to get into that 90-day run. I've been trying to convince myself that you can do it just by tiptoeing into it and out. I keep like starting, backing out. But I really want to do that 90-day run. And I knew that I needed to be accountable and to be surrounded with people that were in action also, not just sitting back and watching. Mm-hmm. So I decided to sit down, chat with my spouse, and he said, it's a no-brainer, just go for it. So it felt good because I was there. Okay, well, I guess he believes in me more than I believe in myself. So I'm going for it. And as soon as I signed up, it was like, yeah, I knew I made the right decision. I'm happy that I did. And I am going to do the 90-day run in January. And it's going to be very scary, but I'm doing it.
All righty. So new rank advancements coming from Sylvie this year.
Yes, for sure.
Awesome.
Really proud of you. Yeah, Janet, I'd love to hear from you. I know that Brian is also a big part of the decision making, and I just love the relationship and the trust that you have between you two. And Tammy and I can relate to that a lot. And I know Sylvie, same thing. It's a partnership, and so why don't you share your thoughts, Janet?
Well, I realized with this year's GoPro, I enjoyed it a lot more. And so I felt like when you're really in the zone and you're really taking in all the information, and I just felt like I couldn't get enough of it. And I just love the learning. I love the mentorship. And I thought it was no different than last year. So the difference from last year to this year is I think I've grown a little bit.
Oh, more than a little bit. Give yourself credit. You've done like
A lot, yeah.
Yeah,
Social
like,
media too.
you really did. I'm sure Brian agrees.
For me, like learning that mental stamina and taking in absorbing the information. But what I really got out of this is I knew that I had to take like uncomfortable action, and everything seems extremely uncomfortable. And right now, I feel, if that makes sense. And I realize if you want to do this business, you have to take it to the next level, which is leadership, because you can be passionate and you can do what you're supposed to do. And I just feel like I'm running around in circles. So I know it's all about systems when you want to lead a massive organization. And that's, I think, the goal for everyone here.
Awesome.
So that's what I had my aha moment when I was watching that Dean Graziola.
Graziosi.
And yeah, when we went for our lunch and I was supposed to go to the accelerator group, but he continued on with the regular group. So I was actually in the wrong group, but I really liked what he was saying about taking uncomfortable action and doing, you're supposed to be who you are when nobody's watching. And we're always running away from things that are painful, but we want to run towards things that change our life. So I'm ready to run towards changing my life.
Awesome. Well, really proud of you. Go ahead, Jess. I know you
We're
also.
excited.
Yes.
Sorry, did you say Jazz?
Yes. Go ahead, Jess.
Oh,
Just
sorry.
your thoughts also on the process. Go ahead.
Well, this whole weekend was for me just over the top. It was interesting because when Eric first started talking at the beginning, I thought, okay, he's going to go through what he went through last year for all the new people, but he didn't. And just like you said, Tammy, they've evolved. There's so much more. Everything that Eric teaches is current. It's relevant. It's what is going on right now. And I know for myself that Lisa Nichols did it for me. Lisa Nichols was where I said, okay, that's my defining moment. And that whole thing with that angel wings at the end. And it was just like, when I watched these women and I knew where they came from and I knew that they were really making a difference for other women, that's what I'm all about. That's what I so connected to. And when Lisa Nichols said, when I wrote it down, she said, pray not for it to get easier, but for me to be stronger. So that's what it is. It's like, I know that we learn when we're at that point in our life where it's a crunch. You don't learn when it's smooth sailing, but after that night, I wrote on a piece of paper, I said, I can do this. And I taped it up on my bathroom mirror. And when I saw women and people and men and people that were last year in the audience, like we all were. And this year they were on stage. And I said, I can do this. I can see myself on stage with all those people behind me, but I cannot do what I'm doing now on and on and on year after year. I cannot do my life the way it is. My business at first plateaued and now is starting to trickle down. And it's like, I know that it has to come from within me. So it was a big jump. It was a big gulp, but I signed up for it. I'm scared, but I'm excited because I know it's going to happen. I know it. And I'm really excited. It was just, and you should have seen today in the accelerator group. Oh my gosh, we had Eric Worre. We had like 20 minutes with him. That man is so heartfelt, compassionate. It's like, it's okay if you're scared. Don't worry. I'm here for you. I've got you. And it's just like, he was an extension of Chris and Tammy of you. And it was so beautiful to see somebody that was unknown to me personally be that giving and that warm and that secure. So anyway, just cannot wait just to do it every day. This 90-day challenge is going to give us our 90-day run every day. Do this task. Anyway, I'm ready for it. I'm so excited. And I'm so proud of everyone else that signed up. I'm so proud of you all.
Yeah, and you know what? I wanted to recognize you because it is a really bold move. I know the feeling because we've been there so many times where we were struggling whether we should or shouldn't because there was other things that we needed to spend money on, and even going to VIP. Honestly, hey Chris, we were like going back and forth in between the sessions, and he's going, no, we got this level. This. I'm going, Chris.
I was procrastinating.
He was. And you know what? If you want, we keep saying we want to be on stage. We want to be that $1 million a month earner.
Well, the thing is,
we better step up our game if we want to be that.
A lot of these people.
That's bold stage, action, right?
Yeah, a lot of these people on stage, we know we have achieved even a higher rank and even a higher income, but because we're not rubbing shoulder with that clan, we're not there. So it's time. It's time, and we decided, okay, let's make the leap. Let's put that money down, and let's get it done. And the fact here is, guys, it's true. I mean, I don't want to overwhelm you, but based on our level, I mean, $400,000 a month, that is a huge leap for me. This is like, what? Seriously? But the fact is, for us to get there, we got to get out of that comfort zone that we've created where we've achieved. And that's one of the reasons why I chose. And this is what this program will do for you being part of the accelerator. I'm not kidding. Because if you really follow, and Eric is very intense, as you probably noticed. I mean, the guy is intense. And when you follow this program, he is intense, right? And if you follow the guideline, even at 50%, you are going to have some great results. But you got to do the homework. It's critical. And if you do, you will get the results. And in fact, just before, okay, let me just kind of clean the screen here. I'm just going to remove some of the pins. Thank you guys. Really appreciate for sharing here. I just want to go ahead and share his site. Here it is.
And I know that there's a lot of people have been messaging me back and forth as Chris is putting this up here. A lot of people were messaging me back and forth because they're scared to make that bold move. It's scary. And obviously at the end of the day, it is your decision, but you have to ask yourself where you want to be in next year. Ask yourself where you are right now. Are you further right now than where you were a year from now at the last GoPro event? You don't have to say anything on this session or Facebook Live for everybody who's watching Facebook Live. You have to ask yourself these questions. These are what Chris and I ask ourselves. And if we're not, well, then why not? And then we kind of go through it together. And then we say, well, what do we need to do? And who can get us there? Who can get us there that have the results that we're looking for? We got to change environments. We got to change things for things to grow. And that's why, we're passionate about this year, because we know where we're going in 2022. And as you all know, we love you and love you and love you, and we'll love on you forever and ever and ever, no matter what, we'll love on you because we love you. You're our Max family.
Absolutely. And then regardless
at night, Chris, I just want to share this because at night, when we go to bed at night, we're thinking of you. I don't know if you guys even know that. And we're always praying that something will click for you so that you could get to one more step, one core rank, so that you can feel it and you can impact somebody's life. But that has to be a decision that you're going to make every single day when you get up.
And that is the honest truth, guys. Tammy and I constantly, what can we do to get them to get the success that I know they're looking for? What can we provide? What can we expose them to? What can constantly? And here's the thing, regardless of the financial commitment you do, something that you don't want to miss is these events. Companies are not at the level yet that Eric has invested in to create these events, to have this wow impact. You understand? So until this is being done, and be honest with you, I don't think I ever want to get off this, because it's a third party kind of neutral environment where you can rub shoulder with a lot of different millionaires coming from all different walks of life with different ideas. Okay, so that's why it has so much value. But while companies are evolving and adapting and everything else, this is really important so we can continue the education when it comes to the network marketing arena. So again, this link here is GoPro 2022. Now, his tickets right now, if you get your tickets, it is $97. After that, it's going to move up to $197. And as you know, as it gets closer to the year, then it will rise. Okay, so I know I did a quick little, well, Tammy says my video was too long. I think it was okay. But the point here is, since I've done this video, I'm having associates in the Philippines and different associates in Africa that are actually registering for next year with this price at 97. Folks, don't nickel and dime this. It's really, really, really important. That's why we spend the time on this, so you can have the proper knowledge. You know, I've introduced this to some associates that's never been exposed to this kind of environment. And after we were done, they were actually stunned. They never expected this kind of professionalism and the level of intensity in schooling and education that was offered to become a professional in this industry. I'm not kidding. And also, I can't talk about it just yet, but we are working right now with Ann Turnbull, Tammy and I, because the three of us decided to be part of the mastermind, and the Max Global Diamond is changing completely. It's going to have a new face, and it's going to be in line with the 90-day run that's going to be launched as of January 3rd of 2022. Prepare for this, because the campaign that Tammy and the team worked on, all of these tools are going to be tools that you're going to be able to use and utilize for these 90-day run. So that group, it's going to be a group where once a week we're going to be doing webinar sessions, and the whole world is going to come into these webinars. Okay? And from there, we're going to be talking about what we've learned, what we've done, because I know that not everybody's spotted the accelerator. You're not going to have everything that's in accelerator, because that's a really packed agenda. But when it comes to the 90-day runs, which is the key, the nucleus environment that really propels your business for you to grow into a massive organization or the size that you choose to, it's all about these 90-day runs. So you're going to be able to follow these program with all the feedback and all the tools, and so that website, that group is going to contain all the information. All you need to do is show up, but you're also going to need to act on it. And if you do that, you will do well. Now, once you start recruiting people and you start having people in your downline, here's the key. Why is it that some people are unable to maintain an organization? Why do they have a hard time? It's because they are not duplicating this aspect right here, your core rank. And we did a training back, I don't know, maybe several months ago on this. But I did just a little bit of an adjustment to really concentrate on the core rank training. And the question is, okay, what is our core rank with Max International? Our core rank is the rank where you earn anywhere between $200 to $500 a month. Anybody here in the chat, or if you happen to be on Facebook Live and you know the answer, what is the name of our core rank? What is the rank of our core rank? Just put it in there. Just put it in there. Okay, so while I'm waiting for you to answer, let me just continue here. So the fact here is this can be achieved within 30 to 90 days. It's achievable. Okay, I would say everybody here have reached that core rank. Everybody and above. So the fact here is it's a balance between the left and the right. You receive a check anywhere between $200 to $500 a month. And here's the kicker. In North America, $300 is just enough to stay afloat, to avoid bankruptcy. It's interesting, but it's $300. Some people look at $300 as no big deal. But the reality is there's just enough to stay afloat, according to stats, right? Stats Canada or IRS in the US, right? So this is the core rank that you want to duplicate. And what we want to do here is we want to walk you through very quickly on just the basic foundation. Tammy, you want to touch on that?
Yeah, so those of you who said bronze, you're absolutely correct. And all of this, I just went to the max.com site under marketing, and I got all of this and I copy paste it and put it into this presentation. Use it. That's what it's there for. And every single time you bring a brand new person into the business, it's all of our responsibility as sponsors to walk our new people through this, because this is what they need to do. It's that core rank. If somebody signs up and they don't know what to do, don't be surprised if they're gone in 2 or 3 months, unless they're getting wow, excitement around products. Honestly. So this is our core. So you can see here the requirement of becoming a bronze. You can see the rewards. When you qualify, you receive a matching check bonus once you start getting into the bronze category. You get recognized online, and make sure that you're doing this recognition within your personals, and doing flyers and really elevating them. You'll get a congratulatory email from Max International, live recognition, and of course we'll do this live recognition on these events, and you get a certificate as well, and a bronze pin. There's a lot available, and people will work hard for recognition, more than they'll do for money, believe it or not, even though people say they want the money. Chris, go back a second. So if you look at the bottom here, the qualifications, you need to be 100 points on your personal volume. Okay, so that can be accumulation of customers and your personal order. We recommend you take more than whatever you personal consume, because you need to build your business. If you want to get to any level, you need seeds. That's how we build this business. You need one person active on your left side that you personally sponsor, one person active on your right side that you personally sponsor, 2 people, one left, one right, that also are on a minimum of 100 points. Encourage people to get their packages. We'll talk to you about that.
So the fact here is, just a moment, Tammy. So the what's really important here, and I just want to focus, Luz, I know you said bronze left and right. Yes, that is correct. But the fact is, what we're talking about right now is the core rank is you reaching bronze. That's it.
That's the core.
When you start having people left and right, now you're starting to duplicate. And that's what we want to talk to you about, because when you duplicate this activity, that's when the magic happens. Yeah, carry on, Tammy.
Yeah, so, and the other slides will kind of go into detail, but I'm giving you that foundation. So when you go into it, you go, oh, okay, now I get it, because you're going to see the visual of it. But you need 2,000 left, 2,000 right. One of those legs can be carryover volume. You might not understand what I'm saying right now, but if you
we have slides for that.
Yeah, so exactly. So we'll have some visual, but keep in mind 2,000, 2,000. One of those legs has to be an active 2,000 volume in that qualifying month for you to get your bronze rank.
Now, here's the thing that's very important here. See, I know that the culture that in the past several years we've been doing is we've been thinking really small. And, we start with little packages, just enough product just to come by. Now, you understand that the CV associated with these, again, it's nickel and dimes. So what happens is the reason why you have some people propelling into big ranks and maintaining their ranks is because they're duplicating enough products so they can go around and actually build their business. That's the difference. So I just wanted to point that out. There's obviously more products than that, and I actually went in the back office and confirmed that these are the amounts, these are the CV associated with these packages. There's even another one on the Momentum pack, I believe, that goes up to $400. It might be a little bit more than 5 something, but the point here is understand that if you want to build your business, you got to think in function of being in business. It's just like when some of you have made the investment to go to the GoPro event. Some of you have made the investment to take to that next leap into the accelerator and so forth. Well, obviously you had to dig into your pocket to evolve. Well, this is the same thing. When you build your business, if you're building your business, thinking small, doing tiny little steps, Well, what's going to happen is you're going to duplicate exactly those kind of behaviors. So I just want to keep you in mind, because I know, and everybody give me the thumbs up if you know that these products are really good investment. Give me the thumbs up, the virtual thumbs up. Okay? So the reality is, why are we all agreeing with this is because we know that there's a fly that came in here and it just keeps coming around me. So what's happening here is that if you put value into these products and you have enough products to go around, you don't need to buy big packages every month. But instead of starting with a tiny little meal, right, you start with a nice buffet so you can share with others. Right? It's like planting seed in a garden. You can have 2 little lines, or you can have 25 lines of seed planted. You understand, when it comes to harvest, you will do a lot more. And that's the difference by building the business seriously. And here's something I also recognize that I was actually quite proud of, is there was a lot of Canadians in the GoPro event.
Yeah.
Not only that, but a lot of Canadians spending Canadian dollars to buy the program in US dollars to the accelerator program. Lots of Canadians. What does that tell me? Canadians are hungry. They're ready.
Americans are hungry, Chris. The whole world is hungry.
I know that. I totally agree. But the point here is, what is your target goal? So why don't you go ahead and touch on that, Tam?
Yeah, so it's always to create that target goal. You can see the March was up there. That was one of my trainings that I did a while back. So always have a target goal. You need to have that at the beginning of every single month. You need to do that. Day one, the moment you get somebody started, they're on auto ship. They're in business. They're on auto ship. Hopefully they order a package that they can plant some seeds. Because honestly, if somebody orders a package and they start consuming, it'll be another month or so, because now they're going to be, oh, well, I just want to get a feel for it to see how I feel with the product. And I'm telling you, you're just slowing people's progress by helping them start small. It's all here. It's all here. And how we promote our business is exactly what we're going to get back in our business. So auto ship right away. You want to teach day one. If they order their package at the end of the month, obviously day one won't be that auto ship day one. Well, maybe for some, they'll do it right away because they're so hungry. Others may say, well, I can't do it. I have to wait till payday. Okay, great. Let's get you set up on that date and slowly bring them to day one. And there's a reason why for all of this, that we promote day one. And so by day 7, the goal is to get them to bring their contact names out, start inviting, sending links, inviting them to these amazing presentations that are being handed to you through Zoom sessions that are done by great leaders. And by day 7, the goal is to get them to get their first 2. You might be that person right now where you haven't done anything up to now, and now is the time. Okay, I got a target. So there's no excuse now. They're giving me a direction right now. Auto ship day 1, first 7 days, I'm going for it. Get your list out, get them introduced to links, webinar presentations, whatever it is, third-party validation calls. Get your first 2 in. You know how fired up you're going to be when you got your first 2? You're going to be fired up. I remember my first 2, I just couldn't stop after. It was like, wow, this is so exciting. You just want to do more. Okay, so you got to create a sense of urgency. If you don't have a sense of urgency, your team won't have a sense of urgency. You need to be that fire. And do it first. Be that fire, okay? And then have your story of being that fire. You know, the best stories are stories like this. Oh my God, people get excited and they want to do what that person's doing, right? So if you've been in the business for a year, 2 years or whatever, don't beat yourself up. Today's a new day. So today's your first day with Max. Well, tomorrow morning, first day with Max. Got your target. The auto ship's on, great. senior associate, go get your 2. Even if you're a rank or something, pretend that you're brand new and it is your first day, and get on fire and start building that momentum. We're doing the same thing. That GoPro event just lit a huge fire under our butts. Okay. And day 15 is the third, by the 15th is your third new associate. So have that goal. Okay. And you want to make sure that your new people are doing the same. Get them to get at least 1 or their 2. Okay. And your goal by day 30 is to have 5 personals that are all going to be on auto ship day 1. Now you're duplicating prime 1 day 1 all the time.
Now, here's what's going to happen to help you with all of this. As if you recall, that group that we're going to create, where we're going to be sharing the 90-day run, participate, get involved. Even if you go halfway, even if you do 10%, you will get results. So carry on, Tammy. I just want you guys to know that we're not just telling you what to do. We're going to show you and create the right environment, which is what they were talking a lot at the GoPro event. Be in the right environment so you can thrive. Yeah, so carry on.
I have a quick question. If you have signed somebody up in the business and they haven't ignited yet, put your hand up. I'm not the only one. Come on. All right. Get back to those people. Tell them your experience you had this weekend. Tell them you're on fire and you want to help them get started right. And I know you had some things going on in your life. I get that. But do you want change? Has your life changed since the last time we talked? Get into their hearts. Get into their hearts and put some fire in them.
So let's start.
Share that target with them.
Yeah. So let's start connecting the dots here. Okay. So to get a little bit of technicality, because I know that some of you are very familiar with this, but I'm not going to turn around and show you month 1, month 2, month 3. I just want to make sure you understand the logic of how the company looks at things, right? This is day 1. And what's happening is you place your order. Your auto ship order would obviously be a minimum of 100 PV, which stands for personal volume. And CV stands for commissionable volume. These are the people in your downline that are choosing to purchase. And as they do the initial purchase, if this person started with a momentum pack, that's 300 CV. Someone started with the personal pack, that would be 150 CV. Okay, so how the company looks at that, and they say, well, okay, that side is going to be what we call our strong side. Why? Simply because there's more CV here than there is over here. So then the company say, well, okay, we're going to pay you. And here's the logic. It says, well, we're going to deduct the entire amount on the right side because that's as much as we can get. So this cycle goes to 0 in that particular month. And on the left side, we had 300. So that 150 will be deducted from that amount. You're left on the left side of your organization, 150 CV. Okay? And that will be added on, which I'll show you on the following month. So then the company, what they do is they say, well, we'll take 5% from that side, which is $7.50. If you look at 5% of 150. And on the right side, since we have the exact same amount, oh, I got to fix that. That's okay. Just imagine that's 150. And then from there, 5%, it would be $7.50. Okay. So when you total that up, it's $15. Now that you understand the logic, let me show you what we do so it's very quick to the eye. You don't have to make these calculations every time. Just look at the smaller side, okay, and calculate 10% of what we call your pay team. So in this case, I forgot to change that to 150, because volumes have changed with their CVs. So that's 150. Imagine that's 150. That's 150. So what's happening, as soon as this training is done, I'll fix it. And by the way, it's available on the miscellaneous training under the active team training, under miscellaneous. It's going to be right there. Okay, so the fact here, if this was 150, 750, so 15 cents, you just look at 10% of their paid team. What is 10% of 150? Everybody can do that with their eyes closed. So it's $15. That's how you quickly look at your genealogy. Says, okay, what's my smaller side? Okay, that 10%. Okay, so it's not that we just get paid on one side. We get paid on, they charge both legs, but it's easier to understand, to see it when you look at the smaller amount on the pay team, 10%, boom, you know that's your binary, okay? Now the fast start, just so you understand that the fast start is $10 if you go with the two boxes of Celgivity. With the intro pack, if you get the one, that one that generates 150 CV, it's $25. So the fast start commissions are a little smaller, but if you go for the momentum pack, the fast start commissions are still at 75. Isn't that awesome? So the company was actually quite aware of that. So let's look at the next month. Hopefully this one I fixed all my errors. Okay, so when you title, so now there's people on Autoship that were there from the previous month, plus new people that decide to come in, who came in with 300 CV. And here's another one here that came in with 400 CV. As I said, there's one package available with that kind of CV. And then you total that up, we have 820 plus the 150 from the previous month. So we have 970 CV on the left team. And on the right team, well, this is basically Autoship here. And I believe we had one person. And all of these guys are new orders. So now the right side is stronger because we had people that came with bigger packs, more of them. So we had 1320 on the right side. Okay, so what's happening over here is that will be the strong side. And it's as simple as that. And the same calculation will be made. And again, I just repeat a faster commission, again, that are based on the packages that they selected. Okay, so it's really straightforward, and that's how the binary system works. So if you look at the left side, we have the 970 CV over here. I decided to do that on a different page so we have more space to look at things. Obviously, that goes down to 0. This became the right side, if you call, was the bigger amount. You deduct the 970. Okay, so the remainder is 350 CV. So you took 10% of your paid team, right? 10% of the smaller team, it's $97. So your check is almost $100. Okay, and this is how it grows. It's really that simple. It is the same song and dance that occurs that you make $40,000 a month or $97. Same calculation. The difference is people are starting to building the core ranks, and it's duplicated and it's popping like popcorn. It's really that simple. And the reality here, when we look at the prime, right? And there's 5 steps. I'm going to do it. Tammy created this really nice sheet. And just to recap what you talked about earlier with the bronze aspect. So we got on Autoship. Simple. 2 is we reach our senior associate. What does that mean? 1 on the left, 1 on the right. They're ordering 100 CV. Okay? And then the next step, I know that some people are not that fond of the primes. Then skip the prime. Don't worry about the prime. Just focus on building bronze. The reason why I like the prime, I'll show you the example because it creates building blocks that people can quantify. And I'll give you the example in a moment. So 1 is you build the prime. So that means you got each associate have at least 5 associates that are on Autoship, regardless of the commitment on how they build. And in fact, I'm encouraging Max to start changing that to an Autoship bonus instead of a prime bonus, right? But anyway, we'll see what happens in the future. And number 4, this is again reaching bronze. As Tammy stated, we got 2,000 on your left team, 2,000 on your right team. And I have some examples earlier in a minute. And the fact is, the key is to duplicate this. This is what we did in new markets. And every new market who followed this, who had absolutely no experience, did extremely, extremely well.
Yeah.
So that sheet over here, very quickly, I'm just going through this quickly, Tammy. So again, it's just a sheet to help you kind of keep track of those 5. And if you have each of your associates who has access to this information, and by the way, when I upload this training on our YouTube channel, all you have to do is click and download it. I'll make the link available there, okay? But all of this is available on the Active Team document place. But for you to have easy access, when I upload the training, the links are going to be there for access. And yes, Lucie, I won't give you that training immediately so you can try it in French. I got your message. Perfect. So what happens here is each person can actually quantify what's going on over here. They have their 5 people, and what's the 5 people of each of those individuals, right? And what I meant earlier as to why I like the Prime 1, I don't care about the bonus associated with the Prime 1. What I care about is those 600 CV. Why is that? Well, let me explain to you. You see, every single time someone is on Autoship, it's 100 CV. PV for your own personal volume. Every time that you qualify for your Prime 1, you generate 500 CV. If this totals up to 600, which of course it does, then this is the reason why you see these blocks over here. These are all people on Autoship qualified that are also have a Prime 1 qualification, right? So that's why there's 600. So if you do enough of those, let's say you got 4, and they don't have to be all yours. You may need just to have one on the right, one on the left, and the rest develop. But it's possible that you might have done a lot of the work at the beginning. Whatever how this works, this happens, when you quantify these amounts, that's when you start looking at, okay, but how do we become a bronze? That's our core rank. You understand the core rank? So if people have a clear understanding of what the core rank is and what I need to do to be a core rank, will everybody do it? No. Will some do it? Absolutely. And if you look at an organization where you have 100 people, let's say 10% do it. Do you know what that means for you? This is probably a goal level. You don't need to have everybody doing stuff. If everybody does everything, you'd be millionaire in a month, right? So let's think about this rationally. So what's going on over here is everybody has a different way about how they go about running their lives. But if people understand what they need to do, you just right now overcame 80% of the challenges that most people have is lack of clarity. If there's one thing I have learned in building a network is clarity. And Tammy knows me, I am very, very sticky about clarity. So the fact here is people understand what they need to do to qualify for the core rank. I'm telling you, your business could change overnight. And those of you that are following the program, that are part of the accelerator, that are going to be part of the group that we're organizing to help you do your 90-day runs, oh my God, you're in for a treat. Of course, if you take action on these. And this is what you need to understand. I really don't care about silver, gold, platinum. It's wonderful. These ranks are great. But if I look at my business, I look at how many bronze I have in my entire organization. That's how I know the lifespan of my business. And there's a lot of them. And I love them. So this is what you need to focus on. Don't worry about all these pin ranks and all the money that you want to reach. Just make sure that you get to bronze, maintain your bronze, and duplicate the process in your organization for them to maintain their bronze by following the guidelines I just explained to you a moment ago.
Yeah, so the big question, you guys, is not, well, how do I get to diamond? How do I get to gold? How do I get to silver? How do I get to bronze and duplicate a bronze in your team? That is the focus. And then from there, develop another bronze. From there, develop another bronze. You will go automatically up through the whole organization, all the way up to the top. Do you remember, Chris, when Dr. Bright asked us these questions when he was?
Oh yeah,
I remember when he was at gold. He was like, "Oh, how do I get?" We said, "Just keep doing the little cookie cutting. You'll get there." And sure enough, he's like, "Wow," because he got the concept. But understand how to get to every rank. This is important. Know what you need to do to be each rank. Now you know it. Now you go, okay, now I got to build a bronze factory. Core rank, core rank, core rank. Get everybody to core rank. And you'll see your whole life is going to transform. So it's not about, at the beginning, it's about you. It's about you getting to core rank. If you're a core rank, all your focus is getting the next people to their core rank, helping them get to their core rank. And of course, they have to take that step with you. Okay, so it's getting these people to their core rank. Once they're their core rank, guaranteed they can teach somebody else how to do it and duplicate it.
I completely agree. And okay, now reaching the core rank, that sounds wonderful. Everybody gets it. Now what? Well, you need food on the table. You need people to talk to. So I really recommend that you spend some time on the activeteamtraining.com if you need a refresher, right? And apply what has been taught, especially when it comes to ideas in building your list, ideas on the approach in the prospecting aspect. Some of you have the power of persuasion. I don't know if I said it in English well.
Persuasion.
Persuasion, okay?
Influence.
And some a French person, it's like we have a hot potato in our mouth while we're trying to speak in English. So what happened here is prospecting is critical, is building the relationship. There's a lot of that. And those of you that were part of the GoPro, there's been a lot of information and examples. And those of you that are part of the accelerator, man, you're going to have galore different approaches on ideas in prospecting, because we understand that today it's a lot of social media stuff, right? And Tammy and I are completely redefining ourselves. We'll explain that as we keep evolving on the things we're working on to evolve there. The point here is it's the inviting process, the following up process, the third party credibility process. The third party credibility, and I heard Eric talk about this a lot, and he underlined this many times. And I've given you an example of results that some people have had with third-party credibility. This is probably one of the least used approach and the most effective approach. That is really important. You need to master that. But once the call is done, you also need to convert the person. Don't be afraid to ask for the money. But there's ways to ask for the money. There's ways to ask for the next step. That's why some of these trainings, maybe just one line or one word could actually give you that extra edge to kind of overcome some of your challenges. And the best learning that I've had, I know in my life, is when I was listening to my upline in the old days in doing third-party credibility call. I was living on that. This is all I did. I had one prospect. I made sure they understood what we were dealing with. And once the interest was there and I need that extra strength, that extra level of credibility, which is all the time, I was using a third-party credibility.
You know what's interesting, just kind of going back into this, because a lot of you don't know so much about our story way back. Chris and I got started around the same time. We didn't even know each other. And our upline, who was doing all the presentations in Ottawa, I'd be coming in with prospects. This guy, all he did was present with this whiteboard. Do you remember that, Chris?
Yeah.
And we just brought them in. Marie Paul, you were there.
Little cookies.
I remember, Marie Paul, when you brought Dr. John. I remember that day like it was yesterday when you brought him as a prospect. And we'd all sit there. None of us really knew each other. And all we did was what we were told. Just bring them to the presentation. And he was our third party. Everybody signed up. Did they not sign up? They were all signing up because everybody was so excited. And they kept bringing people because we didn't know how to explain the presentation at the beginning. We didn't have videos. We didn't have all the things that you have today. We had none of it. We had to get in our car and bring people. And I'm telling you, I remember the days when he said, okay, he would sit down and says, you're going to get up and you're going to get up. And we had no choice, you guys. We had no choice. And I'm telling you, we really had to get out of our comfort zone and learn. And that's how we did it back in the day. Now they're just so much easier.
So now we've kind of given you, that's the whole kind of process of how to build this business. And the thing is, once you enroll someone in your team, guys, you don't want to isolate them and hide them into one small little WhatsApp group. You got to let them spread their wings. You got to let them meet people. That's one of the other elements that is really important. So make sure that they subscribe to the team site so they're aware of the call. Even if you're not there or you're not available or you're busy with the family, the system will email and do the invitation for you, and they may just choose to come on their own doing. But of course, people tend to follow your lead, right? And so subscribe to the team's support, and it's going to keep evolving as we move forward. The new associate orientation contains all the details when it comes to the max pay and everything else. And I know there's some changes. I think for Canadians there's not much to do. I know in the US they have to make sure they fill in the tax report. Whatever the details are involved, Max will make us aware of all this. But all the details here are updated in this information. The Success Cycle series, we just talked about it, right? And again, the Monday night Go for Diamond webinars, they're important. This is the environment that we give you everything that we learn. And I know sometimes you may feel, wow, you keep repeating that, but that's the secret. That's the thing. The magic is in the repetition. And even if it may seem boring makes money. I'm not kidding. Boring makes money. The repetition is when there's nobody new coming in on board that are hearing this stuff for the first time. Yes, I can appreciate it, right? There's no new movement. But when there's new people coming in, guys, you are going to see enormous amount of growth into your businesses. That's why it's important. So it's not just sponsoring someone in Max. That is just step one. All the other steps around that is the culture, the support, the training, the event, the GoPro event. All of these things, when you put that all together, it's all part of the ingredients that would make this amazing pie or this amazing cake. And you take one ingredient out and the cake won't rise, if you understand the meaning of what I'm saying, right? So that's really the core training that Tammy and I wanted to share with you. And it's, as you can see, it's not hard, it's not complicated. It's just the fact that we need to apply ourselves, and we need to make sure that we don't think singular, but we think as a team. When you look at an event, when you look at anything that has to do with training, inspiration, motivation, education, don't think of it as, I don't feel like it. I don't think of, is my team going to be there? Or my people going to be there? I noticed, Janet, that recently you're posting to your group, you're letting people know that there is a call on the Go for Diamond webinar that's coming. This is what you need to do. If people don't show up, that's okay. That's their doing. You are doing your job. Let people know. Don't decide for them if they're going to do it or not because of how you may feel. Be consistent, be congruent, and letting people know about what is about to come. And that's what's going to be the difference between now and the future, and the checks that you're going to be earning. Of course, is this is what you're looking for. What are your last thoughts, Tammy, as we end this call?
I'm super excited about 2022. And I know that we got some work to do to catch up. I don't know about you, I'm being transparent, but the 3 days of December with the camp, with the GoPro, I wasn't able to focus on my 333. Anybody? 12 days of 333. Well, I got to get my button gear to catch up on that. But I have my list and my packages already set up for the people that I'm sending out my my gifts to. So that is already ready to go. I just, I think you mentioned that, Beth, when we were putting it together. I hope that those 3 days won't stop anything, but we're on fire, you guys. We can catch up. We can catch up. We got all week to catch up so that Monday night we get the survey, get as many people into it. Remember, it's our first campaign, so we're not going to beat each other up in the process. We're learning in the process, but going January, this 90 days, all of us doing this together, we're going to have a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. So listen, everybody, thank you so much for coming in. I hope that this information was helpful for you. And guys, listen, don't get overwhelmed by everything that's going on. Don't feel that you're missing the boat if you're not part of a certain program. All I'm telling you is stay the course. Keep doing your presentations on a weekly basis. And those of you presenters, I commend you for being consistent and congruent in doing your presentations. And the key, what we need to work on is start promoting, and we got a lot of insight as we start moving on into the new year and the months coming. So everybody have yourself a wonderful evening, and we will see you on our next Monday. Bye for now.
Next Monday, everybody wear red. Get your